Yeah, so we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. That one, that one, that one, that one. Didn't do nearly enough of that golf one, but that's pretty freaking awesome. CP, I keep hearing everywhere that I should do a vision board. Why? Well, love, I'll tell you why, especially if you are an entrepreneur. Keep watching and let's get to work. Hey love, it's Friday, and that means it is wine time and facts time. I'm Cheryl Perez, or CP, and welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. This is the place where I'm gonna give you the processes and the systems to help you grow a business and a life of your dreams and experience the freedom that comes along with it. And today, we are going to get into some real deep stuff. If that sounds good to you, make sure that you subscribe, hit that button down there in the lower left corner, like our page, share this information, and also leave me some CP comments. So let's dive in to what some might think is either wishy-washy or they're all over it. Today, I am going to solve the mystery of the vision board. You know, those things that people are doing in their living rooms or at parties or at their home, and they're creating these visual pieces that display all their goals for the following year, and they're putting them in a place where they're supposed to be able to see them 24/7. And that mystery is why? Everybody else who talks about vision boards focuses on what they are and how to actually make one. So in true CP fashion, I ain't gonna talk about that. I am here to talk to you about why it's important to have a vision board, especially if you're an entrepreneur. So let's dive right in. Reason number one. Creating one forces you to dream big and think about your goals. In essence, they get you unstuck. The actual practice of taking and writing down all of your goals forces you to think about those goals. And then you got to kind of go through the work of finding visual depictions of those goals. It continues you down that path of thinking about those goals. One of the greatest things about vision boards that I love the most, which is why I do one personally and also professionally every single year, is because it forces me to not only think about the immediate 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or even the next 12 months in my business and in my life, but it allows me to really think big and to go big. And that does something with my mind. It actually releases serotonin. It's been proven scientifically, and it gives you a really good feeling. And why wouldn't you want to do something that's going to give you a really good feeling? But as an entrepreneur, it's even more important to think big. If you're a business owner and you are a leader, you have to be the one with the big goals. You have to have BHAGs. You have to be the one with the vision. And creating a vision board actually requires you to take the time to write everything down, think them through, and to actually go through the efforts of collecting visualizations of those big, hairy ass goals. So that's it. Number one, it forces you to get unstuck. Reason number two is creating the visual depiction of those goals will remind you of your why, and it will keep you motivated. And when you're an entrepreneur, you're really going to need that. There are going to be in your journey some serious ups and some serious downs. And oftentimes when you are the head or the boss or the leader, there isn't always someone motivating you and pushing you forward when you are facing those times where you just want to crawl into the bed and cry because the craziest things are going on in your business and in your life. And you're constantly dealing with rejection, and you're constantly dealing with various aspects of being patient and having to always be on. So those moments are actually difficult as an entrepreneur, and they're also the moments that more often than not create the reason why a lot of businesses fail, because entrepreneurs just aren't mentally in a space where they can deal with all of them. Well, your vision board that you've taken the time to create is going to actually give you that visual depiction so that you can focus on that why you're doing all of this, why you're enduring all of this, why you're being patient, why you're running around, why you're dealing with rejection, and it's going to motivate you to keep pushing forward. Reason number 3, if it ain't written down, it ain't gonna happen. Bottom line, we've all heard that, and whether you want to believe it or not, and whether you've actually practiced it in your life or not, bottom line, if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. It's kind of like that grocery list that we all make. If you've got a mental grocery list, you will walk around the grocery store grabbing all kinds of shit, putting it in your cart, and then ultimately you get home and realize you forgot the hot sauce, okay? No, when you write down the list, you're focused, you're walking up and down the aisles, you're grabbing what you need. You probably grab a little bit of extra, but at least when you get home, you know you've got everything that you need. So bottom line is, the vision board is forcing you to write it down so that you will actually keep yourself accountable for making it happen. Reason number 4, if you can see it, you can achieve it. It will give you focus and it will eliminate the distractions. Bottom line, if you cannot visually understand what it is that you want to achieve, your brain will naturally not do the work to figure out how to get there. If it's not in your face, you will be completely focused on things that are not on your radar, right? So you gotta see it in order for it to be on your radar. In order for you to devise a plan and to take the necessary actions to get there, it's gotta be on your radar. And if you can't see it, no radar. Also, the distractions will kind of go away. You know that feeling, we've all had them, where there's all these shiny balls, squirrel. It eliminates those shiny balls. It prevents you from saying, I gotta go over here, even though I said I was gonna do this, and I said I was gonna be over here, but now I gotta go over here. Your visual depiction of what those goals are is where your mind needs to stay, and it will help eliminate all the stuff that keeps you up at night and keeps your mind racing. And reason number 5, because you will get to work. Finally, I gotta read something to you that I thought was so profound when I was actually doing the research on the intention of visualization when I started doing vision boards almost 10 years ago. Studies now reveal that thoughts produce the same mental instructions as actions. Mental imagery impacts many cognitive processes in the brain: motor control, attention, perception, planning, and memory. So the brain is getting trained for actual performance during visualization. It's been found that mental practices can enhance motivation, increase confidence and self-efficiency, improve motor performance, prime your brain for success, and increase states of flow, all relevant to achieving your best life. I have the most amazing example, someone that I admired my entire life, and that's Michael Jordan. And I remember when I was reading his book and actually watching a lot of documentaries about him, he used to go through the practice of the game that he was getting ready to perform, not just as a player, but he would also share the visualization with his teammates as the leader. But he would literally visualize every single play. He would visualize every single basket. He would visualize every single defensive mood. And then he would actually go out on the court and do that. Do you remember some moments that Michael Jordan did what we all perceive to be the unthinkable? At the end of the day, when the reporters would bring him back at the end of the game and say, "How'd you do that? How did you fly through the air? How did you do all that stuff?" He would say, "I visualized it, so I did it." That's how powerful visualization is. It forces you to get the work. It actually tells your brain, it's like practice, and practice makes perfect. It's like exercising. It's like muscle control and muscle memory. So that if you're seeing it and you're thinking about it over and over and over again, it actually programs your body to take action action in that direction. And that's really the true key to manifesting the life that you want. A lot of people are talking now about manifestation and making sure that you can visualize your future, you can create your path. Well, a big part of that is the fact that you position and train your mind on actually taking the necessary steps and actions to get you there. And the number 6 reason why it is important for you to have a vision board as an entrepreneur is because if you have a team, you need to be the leader and they will need it. That is a practice that I implemented on my teams years ago. Once I began doing my own personal vision boards, every single year in our organizational business planning meeting and our retreat, we work on a team vision board. And it's important for all the same reasons that I just went over with you. As the leader of your team, you have to be able to communicate what that vision is. But actually having your team participate in the function of creating the visual depiction of that vision keeps it on mind and it keeps it focused for them, because they're ultimately the ones in the trenches doing the work, delivering the products, delivering the services to your customers and your clients. And it's very easy for your vision or for your organizational vision to be out of mind. Well, again, out of sight, definitely out of mind. So you make sure that the vision board that you need to do and the importance of it not only includes your own personal vision board, but do one with your team. It's an amazing exercise. It accomplishes so much and it builds your organizational culture and your team. So I have a question for you. Do you see now why a vision board is so important for your business and for your success? It's also something that should be on your list of things to do for the new year. Comprende? If so, please share your response in the comments below. I'd love to hear if I finally convinced you why it's so important. So let's have a toast, my loves, to you, your vision board, you're doing something fun for your business, and to your team. And of course, to happy hour. Until next time, my loves, goodbye.